Someone that would let you look after them, but they look after you as well, and they listen to you, and I suppose basically that you feel really comfortable around each other. Things I dislike about a boy, what would totally put me off, I suppose, would be just acting the lad and trying to be real cool with you. That wrecks my head. A lot of boys actually would say things like, I'll call you in 10 minutes and they'll call you in 2 hours, and that's not a good thing.
Play with the girls, play with the boys. Do you ever get lonely playing with your toy?
Secret.
Well, if I was to tell you my deepest, darkest secrets, then they wouldn't really be secrets. But I'll tell you maybe a couple about the other girls.
I'll tell you something about myself, but you have to keep it a secret.
Kiwi has a secret passion for funny socks. She loves getting all these like coloured socks or socks with pictures on them or something like.
Sometimes I snore.
So Wiley, leaving you as promised with the youngest ever girl band ever to get to #1, and that's straight in with their debut single, which is something that not even the All Saints or Spice Girls managed. They are Bewitched. See ya.
So bouncy! Look at the colours, it's so colourful. Look at my hair, it looks like a wig. Sinead, look at my hair.
You just look so happy doing it.
We look so bouncy and energetic.
I remember we were so excited, and then they made it look like the video with all the flowers, so we were like, that's so nice, they made such an effort.
Did you have a good idea that you guys were going to do?
No, not at all. Do you know what? We didn't have any idea whatsoever, and everybody kept telling us at the radio stations, I think it is, and we were like, what? Are you all stupid?
I just can't believe how much we've changed in a year. At the time, we didn't think we looked like awful. Do you know what I mean? But looking back, it's like, oh,
It's not even that long ago.
I'm scared now. I'm really scared.
Right, well, starting with Sinead.
Sinead would be the one out of all of us to leave something behind. She'd either leave her phone or a pair of trainers or something behind, and we'll always have to go back and be late for whatever we're going to.
The watch stage I did get better though.
Yeah, but just
I'm
as
getting worse again.
I think out of all of us since we first began, Sinead was probably the most that has changed. She had to, like when we first met her, she was kind of ballerina, jazzy dancer type thing, and she's come a long way in her dancing because now she does street dancing and stuff. And I think she's come a long way if you look at her first video to now.
Kiwi's the one out of all of us who should be telling a story, and she'd have all these different sound effects and faces and funny noises that go with it that make the story completely hilarious.
Actually, she's quite shy in a way. I mean, you wouldn't really notice it in the band because she's well able to talk to people, but in her own way, she's quite shy, really sensitive. Too sensitive sometimes.
She's quite daring as well. She'd be the one, like if we were in a park or something, she'd be like, "Come on, let's do this roller coaster," like the scariest roller coaster.
Get it on, we're riding it up. Roller coaster, come on. Don't wanna wait, come along. Don't wanna wait, get it on.
This is all about Edel.
When we first moved over to England, myself and Edel, fortunately, we shared a room together, and so we could like get to know like all our different things that we do. And one thing that Edel always did was if she had something in her hand and she wanted to put it down somewhere, she would just fire it across the room, and hopefully it'd either go into the bin
Or into the
go
drawer.
exactly where she needed it. And sometimes it got really annoying.
But I think out of all of us, Edel would be the most focused in the band. She'll always know where we're going and what we're doing and why we're doing it, and she'll be always like, why are we doing that? Why don't we do it this way? And that'll make it better. And well, why are you talking about me?
I think also Edel can be actually quite creative in the way she looks. Like she always wants her hair a certain way, her makeup, accessories to like go with what she wears, and she's really into kind of like wearing hippie stuff and
Like Adele would buy a pair of flares and get our stylist to make them more flary, so we'd like
Today's the day we have to play. It lost our way. It's always the same.
first moved over to England, I used to share a room with
Oh,
Lindsay.
yeah.
Yeah. And I used to be always the first one to go to bed. So I'd be in bed about 2 hours, and without a doubt, she had like her whole life in a plastic bag. I'm telling you, every time, no matter what time she came in, she would come in and she'd root through a plastic bag and wake me up. And like, what did you call in that plastic bag? When we first moved to England, we used to live in a house together. And every time he'd get up in the morning, Lindsay is so grumpy in the morning. And he'd go, "Morning, Lindsay," and she'd go, "Muff." Muff. She's very, very, very laid back, Lindsay is actually. I mean, if her mobile rings, it'll take her about a year to get it over her back.
So
and if it stopped ringing, we'd be all like, "Who was it?" And she'd be like, "Oh, well, they'll ring me back." Really laid back, and it's like, "Quick, get it, get it."
If they want me, they'll ring me back.
She always used to want straight hair, and I think she's just got bored with it now. Because she has naturally curly hair. She's like a Barbie doll. You can do whatever you like. When you actually remember seeing this going,
Let's have a look at your videos.
Always the same, oh baby, now climb the trees from the 7 seas. We've grazed on these, and no one's to blame.
this flying in this video is so bad.
How do they actually do that?
We were on harnesses, and we did that shoot over 2 days, and we were in the harnesses for about 17 hours.
Agony.
Did that hurt?
Yeah,
I bet that
oh,
really
sore.
hurt because you're taking your own weight on it as well.
I think actually that was the hardest video we made because we started at 6 in the morning, we finished like at 2:30, 3, and then we had to be back up and make up for 6 o'clock the next morning.
You won't be making Supergirl the sequel then.
Nah. And everybody kept saying to us, like, "What are these ice lollies all about?" And we were like, "We're in a fairground, you have to have ice cream."
Here's the next one.
Oh, See Who I Belong. It was something that we really wanted to do, and the video is beautiful.
Rain fell down, you were there. I cried for you when I had my hand. Storm rushing in, wind was howling.
Now
all thought it was your
this song is about your parents, isn't it? It sounds like it's a love song, but it's actually a love song to your parents,
Yeah.
isn't it? Why did you decide to do that?
It was something we really wanted to write about, was just our love for our parents, I guess. And we wrote about stories that we kind of had with them, like I cried for you when I hurt my hand, because you always sort of cry for your parents when you hurt yourself. Actually, see, it's my eye in the video that's opening and closing. And when my mum and dad first seen the video, they were like, "Oh, that's Lindsay's eye." I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know my eye." Yeah, I said,
Your own daughter.
It's just one more day. No one said there would be rain again. I won't blame it on myself. Yeah, I'll blame it on the weatherman.
I like this video, actually.
How much of this is actually there? Because I'm thinking
Just the
this
truck.
is-
We're in a pool. We're just
Okay.
in a little like a basin of water, and the truck is cut in half and plonked in.
And we had to do the same scene over and over again about 100 times that day.
exactly.
But it was the quickest video actually.
was
We
great.
were
It was
finished
great.
really early. You couldn't believe it.
In a day.
Oh, actually, my nephew is so sweet. My nephew is so sweet. Lindsay throws her chain into the water at one stage in the video, and my nephew was like, "Oh, Lindsay was mad. What's she doing throwing our jewellery away?" And he was very clever as well, actually, because when Sinead took the dog off the door, then he was like, "Where did that dog go to after that? Because he's not on the truck, he's not anywhere else, so where did you put him back in the water?" We're just here in the studio rehearsing for our new song, Jessie Hold On, and we've picked out a few key points in the video which we're going to teach you now in the dance routine, alright? So first we're going to start off with the chorus. Right, so spread out, girlies. Okay, so first of all, we want your hand up here like as if you're holding a hat. Your left hand on your left hip. Okay, so the first step is you just step out for 1, then tap your foot and your hand on your hip to go 1, 2, 3. Then you go together for 4 and drop the arm. Yeah? Step out your right foot. Tap again for 2 and together. Okay, so we're just going to do that with counts now. Are you ready, girls? Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Together. 6, 7, 8. And that's it. Here it comes here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Just hold on and on and on and on.
Right, this next step we're going to teach you, we call it the lasso step, and that's because it looks like you're swinging a rope, like in the old Western movies. So it's quite simple really, but we're going to teach it in two separate sections. First of all, we're going to learn beat, which is step forward, step together, forward, together, 3 and 4 times. And at the same time, you do your arm, which is back and forward, back and forward, back and forward, and again, and forward. So try it together now, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, and 4. That's quite easy, wasn't it?
Every little thing I do, it's for you, I'll be true, yes I do. Oh yeah. Every little thing I do, it's for you, I'll be true, yes I do.
Okay, the next step that we're going to do for you is very simple. So you start off with your right leg out, you grab your trousers, and you go down, 2, 3 for 3 counts, okay? So we're going to do that together. You ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Yay! And so now we're going to put Lindsay's step in, and then we're going to put the 2 steps together, okay?
Every little thing I do, it's for you, I'll be true, yes I do. Oh yeah. Everything I do, it's for you, I'll be true, yes I do. Oh yeah.
So, hope you can do it.
Oh, we'll look out for those tracks for sure. Now, with you being so busy and being everywhere, how are your sort of fans here?
They're cool actually. A lot of them followed us around on the internet. They logged on to see where we were, and we got a couple of letters. Emails and stuff. A couple of emails and stuff, and that was nice. They're everywhere though. They know our schedule before we do. I don't know how. I mean, one of the first things we did when we came back, we did a Brighton Roadshow.
Now, before you go on stage, is there a superstition that you'll do before?
Lots.
What's?
First of all, we'll have to put glitter on all our crew.
Okay.
So that's going to be quite hard.
Even the men?
Even the
Yeah,
men.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
And then just before we go on stage, myself and Adele hug each other last. And it's really funny because sometimes we start on opposite ends, but if somebody touches one of us, we're like legging it over the other side to touch her again. Yeah.
The rain goes on. The rain goes on. The rain goes on. Maybe I can pray. Maybe I can wait. Maybe I can blame the weatherman. I'll blame it on the weatherman.
Now, there's an album coming soon, isn't there?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that. What can we
17th of October.
expect?
There's loads of different styles on it actually, like the first one, but it's moved on from there. We've taken another step, and it's probably a bit more mature as well. And there's pop music as usual, then there's some country, there's a bit of American Indian on it.
Okay. Have you had
Also
much to
did
do with the writing of this album?
Yeah, we've written all of it.
Yeah,
We've co-written all of it.
yeah.
Now, this week is the week that the single will chart. It was out on Monday. We're up to Thursday. It's going to chart on Sunday. How optimistic are you?
I think we're going to be together, hopefully on Sunday.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah,
all
we
be
will.
like
We'll find out.
crossing our fingers. And
We've been together so far for every Sunday that we found out our chart position.
We're looking forward to it, but it's quite hard though because everybody else expects the usual.
Yes.
And but we don't expect that at all. We didn't expect it with the other four. We won't expect it again. But everyone else does, and some people are going to go, "Oh, that's awful if it doesn't happen." But if it doesn't happen, we're still going to be happy once it does well.
Stop, I'm getting all nervous now.
Just say be strong. Just hold on and on and on and on. Oh, just say be strong. Just hold on.
Which, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Best of luck on Sunday. Fingers crossed for the single. I'm sure it'll do really well. And good luck with your tour.
I hope you're going to come.
I'll be there. I'm so already there with my banner.
I'll be there as well. Bye. Bye. Oh my God, are you actually going to have me sitting on that?
Yes, please.
Don't!
1, 2, 3.
When we first moved over to Lindsay, and we all lived in the same house in Lindsay.
Will I just do it?
You can't see underneath me, I'm actually sitting on a sheep. Hello!
Well, hey,